This is video number 2 showing the construction of a rowing boat mold. I've loaded the files into Vectric Aspire 10.5. Here I will create the nesting and a toolpath for my profile cuts. I have 2 pieces of 1/2 inch plywood 48 by 38 inches on the deck. On the CNC I'm using a 1/4 inch carbide end mill. I'm running at about 19,000 RPM and I'm running about 60 inches per minute for the feed rate. In this demonstration I'm not using a dust pickup, I'm just manually using the pickup hose and just shoving it into the bit. After I make the first pass on a piece that I'm cutting out, I pause the CNC machine and use 3 nails to ensure that that piece isn't going to become flying out. I didn't tab them. Pretty smooth cutting, you just sit there and babysit and stick the vacuum hose close to the bit. Normally when I'm doing a cut like this I usually tab my parts so they can't come flying out. Nesting here was an asset because I didn't have a full 4x8 by 1/2 inch plywood sheet. What I did have was 2 pieces 38 by 48 inches. I put them back to back, I nested it, and all the pieces just fit perfectly. You can see here where I'm cutting out some of the smaller profiles. This is around the transom area and the profile is getting close to the transom. The plywood used here is construction grade. You don't need very good quality plywood to make the mold. The one thing I didn't think of was to have the CNC machine actually engrave the part identification on each cut, because some of these profiles, especially the small ones, are very close in measurement to each other. When I drew them, I had labeled them, but I didn't transfer the label into the DXF file to let the CNC machine it out. So I ended up having to go back through the measurements and then label them with a pen. So it's getting close here that all the parts will be cut out, and then I can remove the sheet off the CNC deck. This is a good picture showing the sheet with all the parts cut out. Shown here, I've set up a temporary table. It's scaffolding planks. It's about 22 feet long. Here I've got the 2x4 laid out on the diagram and I'm marking out where the profiles connect up. This pretty well shows the full length of the boat, the 19 feet. Here I've started to lay out some of the profiles on the table and I'm starting to assemble it to the stringers. You can see the 2x4 running throughout the whole boat. It just gives it some stability. I'm pleased to show that the rowing boat mold is completed, and now we're ready for some planking or some strips to be applied and some fiberglassing. This was a good drawing exercise on the Jumbo 4.